All right, guys. I don't know what's going on with my laptop, guys, but welcome to the show. We're having some technical difficulties. I've been having technical difficulties all day long, but welcome to Queen to Queen. This is Queen Clay Ling and Queen Sheila. Welcome, 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 welcome.
Hey.
Hey guys, listen, this is our hot topic Saturday. Sometimes we'll have hot topic Saturdays, and sometimes we will stay on topic and have one just topic that we want to cover. Excuse me. But tonight is hot topic Saturday, and we have some heavy topics that we want to cover today, as we should, as a culture, as a people. I feel like since we have a platform, we should give our consensus on what's going on in our community. Okay, guys. And so we're going to be talking about the lyola case, and we're going to be talking about Tyre Nichols, his case, and then we're going to finish it off with Chriseanrock. And everybody know who Chriseanrock is. She has been trending social media, and we just want to kind of talk about her character, what's going on in her life, and all of that. So before we get started, we're going to pause for the cause, and the cause is support. Check this out. Check it out.
Our entrepreneur spotlight is shining on the creator of My Lips Cosmetics. My Lips Cosmetics is like liquid gold. The Affinity Collection is a liquid matte lipstick for all day wear. My cosmetic product line includes My Glitter, luxury lip gloss, My Brows, and an arsenal of cosmetic product. Your lips will not only look absolutely perfect, they will feel soft and weightless. No touch-up needed, ladies. Check it out.
Okay, guys, listen, if you guys are in the chat or something like that, let me know if you all are seeing the commercial. Now, I just seen the commercial, but it seemed to be kind of choppy. Queen Sheila, you saw it?
I saw it. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I don't know what is going on my end. The reception, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. We shall see. I do not know what is going on, but we're gonna figure this. We're gonna figure it out. All right, guys. So the first topic we're gonna jump into is the lyola case. And this case here is local. This case here is local here in Michigan. What you say, Queen?
I said, yeah.
Yeah, it was local here in Detroit, Michigan, and everyone and this will happen in April, this past April, and it most definitely was an uproar. It most definitely was an uproar in the city of Detroit, just in the manner in which he passed away and what his family was saying. Like his family really kind of uh made an impact with their interviews and what they were saying and how he passed away. And of course there was body cam, and his passing was videotaped, and it was broadcast all over the social media, all over the world actually, which to me it was like just so horrific, you know what I'm saying? To see that. But this is the day and the age that we're living in where it's okay to show somebody getting assassinated. And I just was taken back. But they, good thing they did have the video because they were able to use it in the trial. We're gonna go through his story, then I'll give you an update about it. Queen Sheila, were you able to kind of glaze over, what was going on in this particular story?
Yeah, I remember reading it when it first happened, and I was sick to my stomach.
Yeah.
They executed him hitman style. The police officer did in the back of the head.
Mm-hmm.
There's just no words. Even hearing that officer, you could tell he was lying. He was making, don't grab my taser. Don't. Now, I'm like,
you can hear the fake. Like the guy, he was on the ground. And he like, don't grab my taser. And then next thing
Mhm.
you know, bop out. And
Now I will say, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Queen.
oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I will say in the video at one point they did show Leola running, um, from the officer, but once the officer was able to get him subdued, I don't see why he discharged his weapon. There was
But
no
that's the
need to
reason why.
discharge your weapon.
When he was on the ground, I watched
Mm-hmm.
it a few times, and he says,
Mm-hmm.
don't grab my taser. And while they were on the ground, he was on top of them. That's what he used in order to
Mm-hmm.
shoot him in the back of the head, saying that he had grabbed his taser.
Yeah,
And the guy was
saying that he
completely
had
on the
grabbed
ground.
the taser. Any excuse to use excessive force, or to make it seem like you are in fear of. And my thing is, if you got a weapon, and that's it, and that is with anybody. If you got a weapon, if it's two people fighting and one got a gun and the one got a knife, okay, the person with the gun got the upper hand. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? And here you are,
Neutral.
police officer. Not only do you
Mhm.
have a weapon, but you got tasers, you got a club, you got a host of weapons. So you have the upper hand. So why when you got this person subdued, there was no need to discharge your weapon. You know what I'm saying? And to kill him in the back, on the ground. He wasn't running from you. He wasn't charging at you. You know what I'm saying? You had him already subdued. And that's what any court case, I don't any traffic stop or police shooting case, I don't get that once you got a person subdued, why don't you just go ahead and handcuff them or keep them in that position to backup come and go ahead and take them to jail? But you don't end somebody's life. What I mean, that's not what your job is. Unless there is a clear present danger in place. That's only when you do. That's the only way you do that. You know what I'm saying? That's the only
Absolutely.
time you do that. You
Absolutely.
know.
Um,
So the story said that he was 26 years old.
yeah.
And he was killed on the morning of April the 4th. Um, it said, taken together, the video played during the news conference. They played this video. His initial interaction with the officer who pulled him over, the fatal shooting, and the moments after his body appeared to go limp on the front lawn of a home, not his particular home. Dash cam video from the officer's car showed that Lyola pulled over in a residential neighborhood on a rainy morning, with the officer coming to stop behind him. Both Lyola and the officer, who have not been publicly identified, he has since been publicly identified, um, exit their vehicles. The officer can be heard in the video from the body cam telling the owner to get back in his car, and was asking him for his driver's license. It says Lyola, who remained outside the car, asked the officer several times what did he do wrong, and asked the passenger in the car to retrieve his license as well. So my thing is, why do you need the passenger's ID as
Hmm.
well? Why are you pulling him over? And if it's something that the driver has done that has prompted you to pull him over, then you're concerned about the driver. You're not concerned about the passenger unless there is something that's making you feel like there can be danger or something is being concealed. Um, the officer, according to the body cam, says Leota stopped because the plate did not belong on the car. Okay. In the seconds that followed, Leota appears to have walked away, and the officer tried to restrain and handcuff him. Leota then runs away, and the officer chases him, eventually pinning him to the ground. The two struggle, and the officer can be heard saying, "Stop, stop," resisting several times. The officer, who appeared to have unholstered his taser, also yelled at least 5 times for Leola to either let go of the taser or drop the taser. According to the cell phone video, um, captured by the passenger in Leola's car, the only one of the four videos to clearly capture the shooting. That video shows the officer pin Leola down to the ground once more with a knee to his back, grabbed his gun, shoots Leola in the back of the head while he's facing down. So that whole motion was deliberate. You understand what I'm saying? It had
Yep.
nothing to do with Leola grabbing his holster, grabbing at him. He pinned him down. He placed his knee in his back. Once he placed his knee in his back, you can see him just being pinned down on the ground. Then the officer took a free hand and went and got his gun and shot him. You didn't have to do that because
Yep.
you had already had him pinned down.
Yeah.
So the update to this case is that the officer was in court this week, was in court earlier this week, trying to get the case dropped.
Isn't he in jail?
Yeah, he's in jail, but he was back. I guess he appealed, and he was back in court trying to get it dropped. Trying to get the counts dropped. I'm trying to figure out how.
uh, I wish I could say what I wanted to say, but
see, this is the thing. I felt like this was coming. You know what I'm saying? I felt like this request was coming because the big hoopla that they made of the office of the funeral and Al Sharpton coming to the funeral. You know what I'm saying? It was a big old to do, and so of course they're gonna lock him up. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna lock him up. But I knew that they were gonna, something in my spirit just said they're gonna revisit this case and try to get him a lesser charge because he was white. They're gonna wait for some time
mm-hmm.
to they're gonna wait for some time to pass and get him a lesser charge. But see, they wasn't contemplating the other incident of shootings. So if they do let him off, it's gonna be a lot. It's not gonna be good
Well,
because of the other high profile.
they're not gonna let him off. Every officer that has shot somebody, or the George Floyd, they're all going to try to go back and get something taken off.
A
You know,
lesser charge,
yeah.
yeah.
So,
Or try to wait.
mm-hmm. So the families just have to show up. Families
Mm-hmm.
have to show up.
The family's got to show up. The community got to show up. The leaders, the African American, the culture has to show up, and not just African American, but everybody. We got to band together to say that, hey, this is not okay. This is not okay. This is not okay. This cannot continue to happen. We need to make these police officers accountable. And it's almost like redundant, just saying, preaching to the choir, preaching, you know what I'm saying? Saying it over and over again. This ain't right. This ain't right. We know this is not right. But why does it keep happening? You know what I'm saying? Because the in that moment where you are fighting or struggling with somebody, there most definitely is some type of fear. You know what I'm saying? I know there are cases where officers fear for their life. You know what I'm saying? I know that they risk their life. We know that there's some good officers out there that are risking their life every day to make sure that we're safe. We know this. You know what I'm saying? But when does the training kick in when you realize that you're using excessive force? When does that kick in? You know what I'm saying?
Um, it's like they are a lot of oh God, I don't want to say this like that. They go by their own rules. Of course, they've been trained.
Mm-hmm.
They've been through it all. But there's an inside code. So, the police officers, the it needs to be revamped. Don't get rid of it. It needs to be revamped. They need to do psychological testing on these people. They need to dig into their background. They dig into my background at the post office. They dug into my background. They call everybody.
Yeah.
And I'm delivering the mail. And so,
Mhm.
all they do with them, you go to school, there has to be extensive uh uh psychological testing, training. You know, somehow they got to, because there's still men there with that mentality. See, a lot of the officers, I believe, see and say that's not right.
Yeah,
But
that's not right
they can't say anything because
because of the code.
yeah. And the last thing you want is for your partner or the officers around you not to have your back. And you just out there. So all of that has to change. I do know,
Mhm.
like the ones that's been there 25, 20 years or whatever, get them out. Retire them.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I would say put a retirement cap in place.
Yep.
Um, because individual. Now, I'm gonna tell you what happened on my job. I at my old job at the Y. I was there for like close to 15 years, and we got a new director. Right before I left, they had got a new director. My boss came to me and a couple of other people that would have been there for over 10 years. They said to us explicitly, we got to we're giving this young lady a chance to come in. I feel like she's going to be a good fit. But what I'm asking you, Miss Woods, is because you are there and you set the tone for the culture of the job. Hey, Chips. Hey, Chips. Welcome to the show. I send nothing but love your way because
Hi.
you deserve it, girl.
That's a cute picture.
They said to me, "Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you so much." They said to me, Miss Woods, because you are because you set the culture and a lot of people, come to you, you've been here a staple, you've been here for a while. Can you please not say anything negative about the boss or don't engage in a derogatory conversation about the boss or anything, because certain people have influence over certain people, especially long timers, you know what I'm saying? And I
Hmm.
said, oh no, most definitely wouldn't be doing anything like that, but they understand the culture, you know what I'm saying? And they
Hmm.
and that's right. That's the same thing that's going on, I believe, in our police force across the country. You got these old timers in these cultures, especially in rural white areas down south and in these areas where they are actively organizations that are against the government, that are against African Americans and minorities. These
Hmm.
people are on the police force.
Yeah.
These people are the police chiefs and officers and detectives. Just because they got on a blue suit don't mean that they're not racist. You
Hmm.
understand what I'm saying? So to have these
Absolutely.
people in these positions for all these decades and stuff, it sets a culture there.
Hmm.
And they only recruit their own. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And so I feel like it should be a retirement cap.
It
It
should.
do.
Yeah.
It should,
It should.
and I'm saying across races, because we're gonna do another story
Absolutely
today
across all the races.
about 5 black men. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it
Yeah.
does not discriminate.
Yeah.
Racism does not discriminate.
Nope.
You understand what I'm saying? And so it hurts my heart
Right.
that yeah, she said hi to that's Chubbs. That's baby girl. It hurts my heart that uh here you are, educator, teaching kids that these are community helpers, and all they see across the news is the community helper killing people,
Hmm.
being, you know what I'm saying, going to jail and doing something they ain't supposed to be doing. It's just heartbreaking now. And we send our condolences to the family. It seems like this case is just dragging on. Because the officer thinks that he was right. You think you was right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. I was not showing a video at all because it was just too heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is a local story here in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, these people migrated over here. And I
Yeah.
want to let me read the story. I want to say, let me make sure I get where they came from. Let me make sure. Oh, this is so sad. It's so sad. Let me see. I'm just looking back, and I went back and forth. I went back and forth if I even wanted to cover the story.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I kind of try to keep it upbeat over here.
Mm-hmm.
But as an African American, as a culture, we have a platform, and I will be remiss to not say something. I cannot remember exactly where they're from, but I know most definitely that they migrated over here. Um, and I can't remember exactly where they're from. But it just really broke my heart. It really broke my heart.
Is
Yeah.
um I'm like I hurt every time I see this, every time I hear this. I hurt so bad. It hurts so bad. And I'm like, this ain't gonna get no better.
Mhm.
And when I see how now we can't, well, we been knew that, but we cannot as a people come together. We cannot as a people. And that hurts. That hurts. Because if we would come together, man, man, a lot of this, a lot
Yeah.
of this would stop. And
they are from Swahili.
came over here
They
for a
might
better life.
their language is Swahili. So they had an interpreter. And I watched the funeral. A part of it. I watched it, and they had an interpreter.
Mhm,
And so people come and migrate to the United States because they just want a better way of living. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? And their police brutality is not in comparison to what goes on over here, but it's most definitely the same violence. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? They have more of a gentrification of violent racism over there. And it's the same over here. You know what I'm saying? But I know they did not think that they would travel all the way from their homeland, migrate here for a better life, just for their son to get shot down
yep,
execution style. You know what I'm saying? That
yep,
has to be a breaking, a heartbreaking thing to think that you over here trying to start a new life, and your son, he pulled over for a traffic stop and lost his life.
mhm,
That is unfortunate. That is so unfortunate. And so again, the update to this case is that the officer in question is trying to get the charges dropped from this particular case, which he could just hang it up.
yeah.
He can just hang it up.
When I said that the family has to show up, they
Mhm.
get notification of what's going on with the person
Mhm.
that did the criminal act.
Mhm.
And every time they go to court or whatever, the family has to show up
Yeah.
because the family presence being there,
Mhm.
it's a big impact.
It sets the tone, and it makes the judge see that
Yeah.
this officer's action, has made an impact on these people.
Yep.
You know, and he sees their hurt, and it ain't going away. You know, he's
And
gone.
so, and also, they're not going to let him off because he's not remorseful. He thinks he was right.
He think he innocent.
Yeah. So,
Once you got that man pinned down, that was it. You all you had to do was wait for backup, or you put the cuffs on him if you can. You know
mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, he should have called for backup in the first place. If you were suspicious of the passenger in the car, you should have called for backup in the first place. It was just you, and then engage and do what you got to do. You
Absolutely.
know, I didn't understand that, but anyway. So yeah, that's the update to the story. We're gonna move on to the Tyrone story, Nichols story. But before we do that, guys, you know what we have to do. I have to pause for the cause, and the cause is support. I want you to check this out. Check it out. And before we get into that story, I got an announcement to make. Okay. All right.
Our entrepreneur spotlight is shining on the creator of My Lips Cosmetics. My Lips Cosmetics is like liquid gold. The Affinity Collection is a liquid matted lipstick for all day wear. My cosmetic product line includes My Glitter, luxury lip gloss, My Brows, and an arsenal of cosmetic product. Your lips will not only look absolutely perfect, they will feel soft and weightless. No touch-up needed, ladies. Check it out.
Guys, I have to most definitely correct myself. I said Tyrone. In some cases, in some of the research I did, they call him Tyrone. In some cases, in most of the cases, they call him Tyree. Okay, so I want to most definitely correct that. Tyree Nicholson. Some people are saying Tyrone, but I feel like it's Tyree.
It is.
Tyree Nick.
It is.
Tyree Nichols. And so we most definitely will correct that in the description as well. Okay. So this was another before we even get to this, let's remove this. Before we even get into this story, I want to make an announcement. Okay. On a lighter note, first of all, you see the scroll, you see the ticket at the bottom. It say happy birthday, Queen Clayleen. My birthday is on the 27th. I will be celebrating all month. I'm just letting y'all know that.
She does.
Okay?
Absolutely.
You see my cash app. If you want to be a blessing, be a blessing. You also see that something's going on with my eyes. Okay? Your eyes are not playing tricks on you. They are puffy yet again. They went down for a day and they're back puffy again. I don't know what's going on. I went to the emergency. They gave me medicine. And obviously it ain't working. Okay, so I don't know what's going on. I'm not crying and I'm not upset. It's just something going on with my eyes. Okay, so y'all keep me in prayer. All right. The
I have
next
to go to an eye specialist.
announcement is, huh?
You're gonna have to go to an eye specialist.
They done gave me a referral to go to an ear, nose, and throat first, and then see what's going on. I don't know, honey. I'm just it's
Your nose and
aggravating.
throat for your eyes.
Yeah, I don't. The man he gave me some prednisone and some Claritin. And I'm like, I don't think prednisone. I don't think you should be taking prednisone.
That's
You know, because I grew.
steroid to bring down the swelling.
Oh well, maybe I'll take some because I didn't take it because it said somebody to treat cancer. I'm like, wait a minute, nah, I ain't got no cancer. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the heck going on. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh my god.
whatever. It's just a lot going on. I want
You
this
need
to
to take
stop
that.
because it's aggravating.
You need to take it.
Girl, I feel like I've been in a fight, and then I went to go get some ice, and the store man was like, hey, and I'm like, hey, and I'm smiling. I guess my eyes looked extra cheerful. He was like, hey, he kept saying, hey back. I'm like, hey, give me my stuff. Whoa. My eyes is hurting. I'm like, I'm ready to go home. The man kept on saying hey to me. I'm like, listen, I ain't trying to be funny, but can we wrap this up? I'm not gleeful. My eyes is puffy. Okay. Oh my God, it's aggravating. I wake up in the morning like, what's going on? But whatever. So that's what's up. And then another thing is I had to take my placement test. Everybody know I had said I had got a grant to go back to school. And I had to take a placement test, right? I guess because when I submitted my transcripts, I hadn't been in school so long. I guess they said, well, we need to see where you're at in certain areas, right? So I'm like, Lord, what I gotta do? You know, they had me doing all these practice tests, and I was failing some of the practice tests. Then towards the end, I kind of was like passing them or whatever, so I was nervous.
Mhm.
And the lady was like, "Well, you're gonna take a writing practice test, 300 words essay within 45 minutes, 30 minutes to 45 minutes." And they gave me a topic on should people be optimistic or realistic. But when they said writing, I said, "I know you lying, right?" I texted the man, I emailed the man. I said, "Look, you know I'm an author, right? This is right up my alley."
Exactly.
So God bless me. The lady said that you did very well. She said your writing is very well. So they gave me the highest score, I guess. So I'm
Mhm.
supposed to be like in composition A courses or whatever. So God, I thank you for that. You know, that was
Yes.
intense. I mean,
Yes.
even though 300 words is not a lot, but when you got somebody looking at you and looking at, and then the first question, the first part how I started the essay, I started out with asking a question like, is it better for people to be optimistic? She said, oh no, don't start with the question. Don't start. I'm like, I'm messing up already. Dog, I was so nervous. But we got through it. And so God is good. I just thank God for that.
Amen.
And so yeah, so I'm gonna be in school, and then I'm gonna my birthday coming up. Those are two announcements. Make sure y'all keep that in mind. Okay. No, just playing.
Yep.
All right. So let's get back into the Tyre Nichols story. Another this story was just it's like these stories is getting sadder and sadder, okay? So Tyre Nichols was assaulted by 5 African American police officers down south. And I'm gonna read the case to you, which is just unbelievable. And so when we talked about the culture of the police, these police officers, you know, these police, these police stations and police organizations, they have subgroups within the organization, and so these people were part of the it's called the Scorpion King, not the Scorpion King, but a Scorpion unit. Um, and they were more intense they had more intense training in policing, and so they would go like in the urban areas and do more aggressive detective work and more aggressive policing. So in within the culture of this group, you could just tell by the video there was no boundaries. It was all people were just reckless. That's the best way I can explain it. Was just reckless. You understand what I'm saying? You could tell, and I got some friends that's in the lifestyle. I'm gonna just say it like that. Okay, I got some friends that's in the lifestyle, and they know how to go get that bag, and they've been getting bags for years. And they used to always tell me about the police and how the police really is. And you thinking, nah, they have to have a reason to act like that, but apparently not. Apparently not. Apparently they don't have a reason. And the culture of it is they just like any other African American dude. They just got a gun and a badge. They just like any other doughboy or gangster out here. They just got a gun and a badge.
Yeah.
And just listen to them, the vernacular they were using to talk to him, let me know that they had lost all professionalism, right?
Mhm.
And see, that's what's scary. That's what's scary. I pray to God I never get pulled over, because you don't know what you're going to expect, right? Okay, so of course, when this story broke, it was police protests. It says most peaceful protests over brutality were carried out around the country after public release of the body camera footage brought to Memphis police killing of Tyre Nichols into clear picture. He was 29 years old. He was a black motorist who was pulled over on January the 7th for what police said was reckless driving. Now, I will say this, since then, the police report has been released, and there has been most definitely a conflict of what was written in the police report and what was shown on the video cam. And they also have another footage that's going to be released from a different angle, from a different officer, that also shows conflict in what they submitted in their police reports. So he was 29 years
I
old.
think they lied.
Oh yeah, most definitely. They most definitely did. They most definitely did. They turned you to straight up gangsters.
Hmm.
That's how I
And
feel.
another, you can hear them putting the story together.
Yeah.
You can hear them. That's all I heard when he was sitting on the ground by the car. All I heard them. He owns something. Yeah, because he had grabbed me and I hit him and he wasn't going down and he just and you could just hear them just building it up,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, go ahead.
Indirectly sending signals to each other of
Mm-hmm.
what's going to go down, or what's going to be reported. Um, they said they put him over for reckless driving. After attempting to flee on foot, Nichols was aggressively beaten by the police. Newly released police video shows 3 days later that he died in the hospital. And then they're gonna tell you what they know. Now I go back to this thing. I go back to this. Once you have subdued somebody, yeah, he ran, but that don't mean you kill him because he ran. Once he had been subdued, okay, it's 5 of y'all and 1 of him. Once he had been subdued, why are you beating him? I don't get that. You could have got him on him fleeing and arrested him and gone ahead and take him to jail. But you set him on the ground and beat him. It's 5 of y'all and 1 of him. 5 of y'all. And then look at this statue and look at his. He was a skateboarder. He had a skateboarder's body. He was slim. What could this man possibly do to y'all without a weapon that you feel like you need to beat this man to death? I don't get it. I don't get it. So it says Nichols was a father. Nichols was a father of a 4-year-old son. He was known to his family as an avid skateboarder and a nature photographer from Sacramento, California. Unbelievable.
He had just left from taking a picture of the sunset.
And every time I hear that, Queen Sheila, I'll be ready to cry.
I almost did.
When they said that initially, when they said that on the news, that he loved taking pictures of sunset, I was done. I knew then that I had to cover this story. What about that says that he needs to be beat to death? Nothing. It's 5 of y'all and 1 of him. Excessive force. It's like almost like a demon, like a spirit, just traveling from one office to the other. Y'all getting so engrossed in the moment and what's going on. Nobody said, "Hey man, okay, y'all, let's just take him to the car." How aggressive do you need to subdue him? This man out here screaming, calling for his mother.
That's that. They lost respect for all life way before this.
And it goes back to the mindset of the culture of the organization that they were in. They in a subgroup within that department called the Scorpion. And see, their culture is they go out and they gang bang for the police.
Exactly.
That's what it is. We untouchable. We the police. We the
Yeah.
law.
Yeah. It happens.
But they're gonna
More.
make an example out of these brothers, and this is what they don't understand.
Absolutely.
They're gonna make an example out of these brothers
They
because
not.
they're
I
black.
can't even say brother. I can't say brother. I can't say that.
Mm-hmm.
I
I say
can't
brother
like.
because of their skin, the color. You know what I'm saying?
I still. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Well, they're gonna
'Cause
make an example
They
out of
didn't
them.
see him as that.
No,
They
they
didn't see
didn't.
him as that. How? I mean, I just this. I'm very, very emotional. Go ahead.
They are going to make an example of out of them because they are black, and they're going to hit them with the hardest that they can hit them to say, see, we're going to hold up the law. You know what I'm saying? They immediately lost their jobs. They immediately was arrested. It wasn't no paid leave until trial. It wasn't none of that. They immediately did this because they're going to make an example. They got the right color police officers that was wrong. Now had this been 5 white people,
I don't even want to hear
this
that.
would have been
I don't.
it'd
I
have
don't
been
want to hear
drugged
that
out.
part. I can't. I can't. I don't want to hear that part. That's been getting under my skin. That's been bothering me. If they had been, no, no, no. Somebody, this man, they took his life. It don't matter about none of all that other stuff. It don't.
Mm-hmm.
They're not brother.
Now,
Really?
to me, go ahead. To me, it does because I saw how swiftly they moved with these group of men.
They should have. That's what they should have did
Absolutely,
with the other ones.
absolutely. And I'm not saying that they treating these officers wrong. That's not what I'm saying.
Oh,
What I'm
okay.
saying is this. Oh no, most definitely need not saying that. What I'm saying is this. Oh, I'm sorry. I looked over a comment. I'm so sorry. What I'm saying is this. Hi, God bless you, Minister Belt. Listen, I said nothing but blessings and love your way because you deserve it, Queen. Yes, you do. The reason why I say I see a difference because how swiftly they're moving. The trial for oh my God. The trial for oh my God. I can't even remember his name. I hate that. That's the devil. The trial that they had where the protest broke out really good this summer. What was it? The officer had his knee on his back, on his neck. George Foreman. Thank you, Minister Belt. Thank you,
George
George
Foreman.
Foreman. I'm so
Floyd.
and forgive me for
Foreman or Floyd?
George. It say George Foreman. Floyd. I'm quite sure she meant Floyd. George Floyd. And forgive me for the lapse. I had just got brain fog. The trial for that, they drug it out, and at one point, the officers were still getting paid. They were on leave, but they were still getting paid. With this case, yeah, I knew you meant Floyd. With this case, they immediately fired these individuals and immediately
As
took
they
them to
should.
jail,
Mm-hmm.
as they should.
Oh, no, no,
We
no.
are. We
They got
understand.
out on bail. I don't even think they should have got bail. I thought that was wrong. Oh, they out on bail.
They in jail though. They are in jail. They not on automobile. They in jail now.
They posted. They said the amounts of bail. I have to look and see.
No, they have gotten arrested. If
Okay.
for what I saw, they have been arrested. Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
So I feel like this is a case that we need to pay close attention. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this is going to set a precedence for future black on black situations like this. It's going to set a precedence. You better believe that.
Mm-hmm.
It says that Nichols was a father of a 4-year-old son who's known to his family as a vivid skateboarder. He arrived in Memphis just before the pandemic and later started a job with FedEx, a major employer there. Nichols had been with the company for about 9 months before his death. He was one of those people who made everyone around him happy.
He
Nichols'
looks like it.
stepmother, Lucille Washington, um, said at the memorial service, police body cam shows violent arrest. It says that Nichols was taken into custody after a traffic stop that involved in 2 confrontations with officers. During the initial confrontation, Nichols fled the scene of the traffic stop, police said. Following the arrest, Nichols then complained of shortness of breath, and according to authorities, he was taken to the hospital in critical condition. But by that time, they had beat him so bad. He ended up passing away January the 10th. His family said that the police beat him so severely that he was unrecognizable. And I'm gonna stop right there. Now, In the tape you can hear him saying that he couldn't breathe. Now, what did you say, Minister Bell? You said it's a documentary on Hulu about the situation already. Wow. 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 I didn't know that. That's unfortunate. On the tape, you can hear him saying that he cannot breathe. And you know what really kind of took the kicker for me was he kept saying, I'm just trying to go home. He said, man, I'm just trying to go home. I'm just trying to go home.
You know, when he ran, I knew he figured that they were going to kill him because
Yeah.
they were not listening. You know, it was a lot going on at the first when they first stopped him. He got up and ran because he knew.
He knew. And that's the same thing I got. That's the same feeling I got. Like he knew what was going down. He knew that these people, the officers, did not care. They didn't care nothing about the particulars of nothing. You know what I'm saying? And then
Hmm.
not only that, you ain't stop him because he fled the scene of a crime. You didn't stop him because you thought he had drugs in the car. You talking about he was driving aggressively? Yeah, but that's not, it does not justify what y'all did to this man at all. What did you say, Mika B? Welcome. I send nothing but blessings your way, honey, because you deserve it. Yeah. Call it on his mama. You better believe that, Minister Belt and
Because he
Elder
was
Belt.
down
I'm
the
sorry.
street from the house.
He
Down the
almost
street.
made it home. He almost made it home. And he kept saying, I just want to get home. I just want to go home. And this is when I say the mindset of these individuals. The mindset. It had to be demonic. And I don't care. People can say, don't bring church in this. I'm bringing church in this because your rationality is gone. The enemy has taken over your rationality and made you into a violent beast that you are plummeting and beating this man who is half the size of either one of y'all
Mm-hmm.
to death. When I
Mm-hmm.
seen him in that hospital and what they did to that man, it was ridiculous. It
Yeah.
was ridiculous. And I feel like one of the reasons why y'all did this is because he ran from y'all. He was trying to get away because he already knew what was up.
Yeah.
He already knew what was up, and y'all got mad and y'all beat this man to death.
They were trying to pepper spray him. Somebody pepper sprayed the one black
Yeah,
officer. He had
and I think they
and
tased him one.
the white officer had tased him, and the white officer was putting water into the black officer's eye. And so
Uh-huh.
when they said that they had him, um, the white officer was like, "You want me?" He said, "No, stay here with the car." Now it was I believe that the white officer knows um, he should also have, well, he is now, I believe, fired.
Inserted himself. I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
And that's what they said in one news report. Like, out of all of these individuals around this whole area, why didn't nobody interject themselves and say that this is wrong what we're doing or
Hmm.
stop it? Again, you got 5 people in one person. It
And
don't
then he
take
was
5 to do.
he radioed them. The white officer radioed them and said, "Do you want to bring them here?" And they was like, "What? Nah, nah." When
Mm-hmm.
he said, "You stay here with the car," I just felt like,
They knew
yeah,
that he probably had some type of moral compass and wanted him away from that whole situation so they can do what they do.
yes, yes, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
but it's so sad. It is so sad. See, the enemy don't care who you are. He don't care what color you are. You know what I'm saying? He can drive you to become a maniac, a killing machine. He don't care who you are. And you got the gun in the bash and you feel entitled that you can do that. And see, they thought they was gonna get away. That's why they kept saying, man, he was crazy. He was acting mental. I don't know
Hmm.
what's why he just went berserk. He this, that. That man was competent. He was in his right mind. the verbiage he was
He was
speaking,
fighting for his life. That's why
he
he
was
was so
fighting
strong.
for his
He was fighting
life.
for his life.
Fighting for his life.
And I
And it's
don't
unfortunate.
whatever camera that they use in that city that was up on the pole,
Mm-hmm.
the camera is first straight, and then it goes, to the left, and it stays
Mm-hmm.
around there for a while. Nothing there.
Mm-hmm.
Then it comes back. It goes past them to the right,
Mm-hmm.
stayed there for a while. It came back
Yeah.
around and it focused on them. And it focused. It changed its focus and went in on them.
Yeah. And
I don't know what
so
kind of a camera, if somebody is, doing that, but whoo,
so I
somebody
do
had
know,
a
like here in Detroit, the city have cameras posted around different high crime areas and different. They use traffic cameras. You know what I'm saying? And
They
then you
must
got your
have forgot.
green light cameras. You
They must
know,
have
and
forgot.
then you got yeah, and then you got your body cameras. So, like they say, they did say that there was extra footage, floating around that they were going to release. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
so, but the thing about that, they don't care. Those people was walking with cameras on their body. They still did what they did because they thought that they was going to get away because they police officers.
So
You
now
see what I'm saying?
did you hear about the one young man? Uh they had did the same to him, and he went to the internal affairs and he got nothing. So they're investigating the internal affairs.
Because it's again, I'm gonna say it again. They're gonna get tired of me saying it, but it's the culture.
Yep.
Do you understand? And I know, see, I'm gonna say that I know people that have alternative lifestyles. I'm just gonna say it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It goes all the way from the head all the way down to the regular street patrol car. You got police officers here, and it's a true story. You got police officers here that are robbing drug dealers, taking their
Oh,
money
that's been happening for shoot.
for years.
Yeah.
You got police officers that are getting cars out of impounds, giving to their family members and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
got people, police officers. It's the culture. It's like a money grab. It's free. You go into a place. You go into a trap house. You get y'all. They splitting that money up three ways, and then they turn in whatever they want to turn in.
Hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? It's the culture. And my thing is, you hurting your own people.
That's the reason why I can't say brothers. I can't. Mm-mm. You
You
heard your,
know?
and then
Yeah, what you say, the natural happening for years. Absolutely.
it's so I'm on TikTok a lot, and there's some black officers that's been on there, doing their thing for a long time, good while. And now the vibe is, uh, no, we don't trust y'all. No, brother. Mm-mm. No, we ain't digging y'all. We don't know who to trust. I mean, like
Yeah. They
a
come in the
lot of that.
neighborhood. They come in and they come in the same neighborhood where they done been raised up in, and they come in with the attitude is who we gonna shoot, who we gonna bring in, who we gonna beat up, who we gonna. I'm talking about you ain't even coming in being a professional. Like it's just like just don't get pulled over. You know what I'm saying? Just it's sad. It is so sad. It's
But
so sad.
the thing that I the good thing that came out of this, I hate that somebody had to be somebody's life was sacrificed, but
Mm-hmm.
this had to come to an end. Um, and God brought it to the light. You know,
That
uh,
this whole little group, this Scorpio unit is
from the
is
internal.
dispersed.
I mean, it's going deep. Internal affairs.
Mm-hmm.
The police. The police. The police. It's
Mm-hmm.
all into them. This had to be brought down. And I thank
Yeah.
God. I hate that this young man had to lose his life. That,
Yeah.
He was sacrificed, but it was brought to the light. And how many
It
more
was
people are going to be saved now?
And then you know what? And he said, "I seen the op." You said you seen the officer on TikTok crying. Wow,
Oh, I saw him too.
wow. One of
No,
the officers in
no,
this
this is
case,
another officer. This is another
wow.
officer that be on TikTok. It, yeah.
Because we entrust you to protect and serve. We don't betray you. Y'all out here acting like the gangsters.
Mm-hmm.
You out here acting like the gangsters. You know what I'm saying? Even though I know it's hard. I know it's hard when you go into these African American neighborhoods or whatever, and you got to be on high alert because you don't know if they are going to shoot you or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I get it, but again, excessive force is what that was.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it come down to the fight to the final matter, you know what I'm saying? Just you need to arrest him and put him in the car. But you done took a whole life for
Oh,
what?
oh, let's not forget the EMS.
Walking around and he's on the ground at this point.
They've been
They
fired.
walking around. What did you say, Denandra? Elder, no, not another one. Some of them
Yeah, they
think that
do.
they are above the law. They think they are above the law, and they think that they create the law. Do you know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And they think that we gonna get away with this. Not so. Not so. And this is why I covered this story because I mean it struck something to me when that man said when that reporter said he liked to film sunsets. I'm like, this don't even make no sense.
The EMS people that were fired should
Yeah,
never be able to be a technical EMT, whatever it is. They should never be allowed to do that again.
ever again.
Never.
Never again. That's so sad. So again, we send condolences to his family, to the Nichols family. They've already had the funeral. And then the mother is they raised like over $500,000, if it hasn't surpassed $1 million on his GoFundMe account, and she's going to take a portion of that money to erect a skateboard park in his name. And I just think that was fantastic. George Floyd family and Breonna Taylor's family also came and attended the funeral for support. Of course, Al Sharpton and them was there. You know, it's just so sad that this little community of victims is expanding. You know what I'm saying? From
Mm-hmm.
police brutality,
Mm-hmm.
and it is so sad
This hit in
that
a
this.
different way, though. This hit me in a total different way.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
got so sick to myself. I got sick.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is something I have not. I didn't even watch. I read,
Mm-hmm.
descriptions of every. I no.
I
Mm-mm.
have not watched the video all the way through because I'm like, I don't want to see it. You know what I'm saying? I most definitely wasn't showing this video as well. I couldn't bring myself to do something like that. I just couldn't do it because it's like, where's your humanity at? Where's your humanity? And the Bible talks about how the hearts of man are going to be wax cold in the
Mhm.
last days.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
kill this person, you know what you're doing to this person, you have no remorse, you don't have no feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have, where's your reflux at? Where's your gag at? You know what I'm saying? What's going on with humanity? And it's just so sad to see, honey. That's why you have to hold true to your faith and you have to walk close to God. And we have to
Yes.
stand for the Lord
Yes.
so that we can keep our humanity intact and keep our integrity intact and keep our love intact and our love
Yes.
for one another
Yes.
and love for just individuals intact. Because if you don't stay before God and if you walk away from God, you will get the hardness of what life has done to you. You will become hard and you have this
Yes. Yes.
attitude of I don't care. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yep.
You will. If you don't stay before God, because life has threw us so many boulders, you'll get to a place where I don't care. I don't care. Oh, they hungry. I don't care. I don't
Hmm.
care. Your sense of who you supposed to be as
Yeah.
a Christian will get dull and hard. But see, that's why you got to stay before God and have some sympathy for one another and love one another. That's the first command. That is one of God's greatest commandments that we love one another. And she said she can't watch it. I totally understand, Elder Bell. I totally understand.
Um, you don't have to love me. Just respect me. Just respect me.
You don't, no, yeah, you don't have to
I mean,
love me.
I know that's what the Bible says.
Have your humanity,
Have your humanity.
please.
Um, it's now I will say, with my job, man, I see the opposite side. I see good people. I see good people all the time. I did have a man come out of his house with a butcher knife on me.
Wow.
White man. I had just got hired 2015 in August, and this was December. It was our busy season. And
Yeah.
so I was delivering packages. And I was on this carrier's route, and I was carrying her
Hmm.
packages. And
Yeah.
so in this area, like the lake is over here,
Hmm.
and it goes. And so it's like houses behind houses because there's houses on the lake.
Uh
And I
huh.
had this package, and it was a number off. Now I didn't know if it was a number off or if it was a house behind a house. So
Uh huh.
I put on my GPS like I was walking just to
Yeah.
see if I could find a house. And I'm looking and looking around, and I'm hearing this banging. I'm still looking for the house. I hear the banging. I'm like, what is that? And then I look, and he got this butcher knife, and he like,
Oh.
and I'm like,
What?
what? Like he comes out the house, and he comes to my truck. I'm still like, oh my God, what are you doing here? I
With a
said,
butcher knife.
USPS. I'm delivering packages. No, you're not. Duh. Okay.
That's crazy.
I'm like, what? He was like, get out of here. Get. Honey, I took off so
Get
fast.
out of here.
I took off. Uh, I was distraught. I didn't know what to do because I'm new, you know.
Yeah.
Um, I was trying to go back to the office, and I kept making turns just here and there. Like I was still trying to get my mind wrapped around what just happened. And when I
Right.
finally made it back, and I told one of the senior carriers, she said, go in there and tell the supervisor. Supervisor was like, well, we're going to wait until the regular. Honey, call my union rep. She said, you
Uh
tell
huh.
her she better call the police before I come up there. And so wound up going to the police and everything. This is Chesterfield. And when I
Okay.
tell you Chesterfield was on it, oh my God.
Wow.
When I first went in there, they was like, why didn't you call us then? And I was like, I don't know. I just started working. I didn't know what to do. And man,
Right.
when I tell you they was on it, they had a camera looking down in that area. It was coming looking down, so I didn't know what house. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, if we on the street, I could point it out to you. And
Mm-hmm.
so man, they sent the detective to wait a minute, no. The guy had his wife to call and say somebody is on the street impersonating a postal worker.
Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah. Uh, so my supervisor said, yeah, he called here. He said there's somebody on the street impersonating. She said I do have a carrier on that street delivering packages. Hung up the
Wow.
phone. They hung up the phone. Then they went to the police and said they uh, black people had been stealing packages, or not black people had been stealing packages off of
Uh-huh.
porches. And the detective put two and two together and went to their house, and he was charged. Um, I did not get justice
That's
because
unfortunate.
one judge said I had every right to fear for my life. Who comes out of the house with a butcher knife
Yeah.
toward somebody? You know, he said she every right. It was held over for another court. That judge said that the other judge went too far.
Really? What you mean? I mean, like, what you mean go too far? Somebody got a knife at you. Yeah, you now you did better than me.
We know what it is.
That's so
They
sad.
dismissed it. So I remember watching George Floyd's funeral,
Mm-hmm.
and I just felt like all these people, everybody seeing and everybody, and I finally felt like my voice was heard. I broke down and
Mm-hmm.
I started crying. So I just felt like,
Well, it most definitely has been a change you can see in the culture, but honey, they still out there. You know what I'm saying? Not gonna say the culture, but a change in how people interact. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna say it began with George Floyd. Just
oh
in
no,
general.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying about me because I didn't get my justice. But I
Oh,
felt
okay.
like through that, when
Mhm.
white people and everybody like, he killed this man, I felt like
Mhm.
I had finally been heard. It's not
Mhm.
about anybody else.
Mhm.
That was me
Yeah.
and how I felt.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well, again, we send our condolences to the Nichols family. It's gonna be a while before they. I can't. You know what? I'm not even gonna say what the timeline will be for this family because it's so horrific and
it
it's
is
a
more.
different monster when
Hmm.
everybody in the country and the
Hmm.
world has seen the death of your son. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I can't even imagine the scrutiny that they are and the pressure that they are under. You know what I'm saying? Just in the public, and everybody with their story, just having the time to grieve alone. So our prayers is with the family for sure. Our
Yeah.
prayers is with the family for sure. All right, guys, we are going to go to a lighter story, and I had to cover this story. She's trending. She's been trending all summer. I had to cover this story because Chriseanrock needs some help, y'all, and hopefully we gonna send her some help today. Okay, but we gonna pause for the cause, my friends, and the cause is support. Check this out. Check it out.
I Believe is a lifestyle brand for anyone who believes in something greater than themselves. The time is now to simply believe.
Emma?
I believe is a brand that causes you to believe in something greater than yourself. And of course, we say that is the Lord. His name is Dennis Gregory. Check him out. Find where he is. He has hoodies, hat, t-shirts, whatever you need for your clothing item. He has it. It's called I Believe. You can find him on Facebook. You can find him on his email, which is in the promo. He also has a podcast called Our Opinion that's on YouTube and other social medias. Check him out. Tell him that C Wood sent you over there, okay? Chriseanrock, people. Queen Sheila, did you get a chance to do some research on her?
Girl, no.
Chrissy
I'm
Young.
sorry, just
uh,
my mind been so many other places. But go ahead.
I did.
Tell me about
Okay, I didn't know who Chriseanrock was until maybe I saw. I'm not gonna say that. Earlier this summer, I did catch a video of hers, and I saw a video, and I said, "Wow, she's a pretty girl." You know, she was missing a tooth, but she still was pretty. You know, and I said, "Wow,
it.
she is really, really gorgeous." And I just thought that maybe she was just like a reality, character, or just be on the reality shows or something like this.
Mm-hmm.
But she has managed to do something that I haven't seen in a long, long time as it relates to reality stars. And that is, and I hope that I don't get in trouble. I hope I don't get no flack. I don't hope I don't get nobody talking about they're gonna pull up and none of that. I don't want that. I'm just giving opinion. She has managed to take young women back a step, a generation. And I'm just saying that. And I'm going to say this. It's not totally all her fault.
Mm-hmm. How old is she?
Part of her aura and her antics is how she was raised and her family lifestyle. She we're going to get into the background of her, okay? But she is the now girlfriend of rapper Blueface. He's a rapper. She was initially introduced to him because she was on a reality show called Baddies. Baddies, which was a OnlyFans reality show for Blueface. And it was set up like The Bachelor, you know what I'm saying? It's a
Mm-hmm.
reality show. He was trying to pick a young girl and she was on there. Okay. So they met back in 2020. She was introduced as a competitor on this OnlyFans show, Blueface. Blues Girls Club. That's the name of it. Blues Girls Club.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She fell in love with him. And just wouldn't let go. Now y'all think I'm playing? This woman fell in love with this man and just wouldn't let go.
Mm-hmm.
Any picture that you see with them together, any interview that you see with him and her, he is looking like he is in distress. See that? See that? See that right there? He's looking like he's in distress. There was a time within the show where they were asking her to leave the house where he was. She would not leave the house. They were trying to kick him out of the house. The producers had to come in and kick her out the house.
Wow.
Because she had became so obsessive of this man. She went and got her neck tattooed with his face. And she's known for fighting a lot. For fighting. She is literally tried to fight her own family over this dude. Okay. Um, Blueface, however, has a baby mama.
Mm.
Her name is Jaden Alexis. She's an influencer, a business owner, and the mother of Blueface 2 children. She
Mm.
has known the rapper and boxer for over a decade. So if there's anyone who would know, a lot about him, it would be the baby mama. So here's where the conflict comes in. Okay, I see a comment. Hold on. Oh, that's you laughing. Yeah. The conflict with the baby mama and Chriseanrock is that uh they both claiming him.
Well, who he claiming?
He ain't claiming neither one of them.
Oh boy.
Now they were on a talk show with this guy, and they were together. You know what I'm saying? And he was acting like he's with her. She's claimed to now be pregnant by him.
Right.
He has dismissed the pregnancy. He's saying that he ain't the father of the baby. This man went publicly and talked about her hygiene. You know what I'm saying? And talked about how she's mentally ill. This sounds like some serious soul ties, very serious toxic soul ties. This woman jumped on, and I want to say this correctly. This woman has fought his family. There's video of her fighting his family. And I'm getting to my point in a minute. I just want to lay down some foundation. Okay. Let me get to so in one coin in one quote, Blueface said this about Christian. He said he said alcohol isn't her problem. What did you say, Denaro? I seen a video of them acting a fool with her family. Yeah, I seen that video too. She has managed to take young women back a generation with her behavior and her antics. He said this about her. He said alcohol isn't her problem. Her mentality is her problem. All you people on here making excuses for her lack of self control and irrational behavior is contributing to the problem of accountability of Blueface role. The rapper added that fans claim that he provokes Christians are false and she has a deep issue. She has deep issues without him. She has deep issues without him. This girl sat on camera and online. She gets drunk and she wants to fight, and they fight. There was an instance where he was on a urban black talk show. They were interviewing him, a podcast. He said something to trigger her. They had to pick her up and carry her out. She destroyed the screens and knocked over all of the equipment in the place and was fighting a guy and just acting all irrational and just showing signs of bipolar schizophrenia. I mean, that's what I was picking up when I saw her. But it's something about this attachment that she has to this guy that she met in 2022. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna break it down in a minute. It says on Friday night, the two appeared to have a continuation of an argument, despite Rock apologizing for having a mental health episode the day before. Blueface and Chriseanrock began arguing after he called out her fans for supporting her irrational behavior, which included kicking a TV during a no jumper interview. The rising law. So a little bit background about a little bit background about the rapper Blueface. It says the rising Los Angeles rapper has been indicted on possession of a loaded unregistered handgun. According to reports in the blast, the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office state Blueface's charges stem from February 1st arrest that saw him released on $35,000 of bail. Prior to the gun being found by the authorities, the police presence reportedly caused Blueface associates to flee the scene, leaving their firearms in the process. The 22-year-old artist and two other men were arrested earlier this month. Blueface team insisted the gun was not his. Now the 22-year-old is facing a felony charge that carries a maximum of 3 years in prison. He okay, and so he has been, having these little charges or whatever. Okay. When Christiana was on his reality show, and I think she was picked up by another reality show, she signed over her royalties and her check to this man. She has become infatuated and attached to this man. There's videos of her saying, "I ain't never leaving," whispering in his ear. But this is not how she started out.
Yeah.
If you see this picture here right there, she started out as a track star. She was known for, being very athletic and being a track star.
Mm-hmm.
And something happened to where she got connected to this guy and her life began to turn. And now she's been a stigma, or she's embarrassed and don't even know it on social media. Now, mind you, she's getting paid. They're paying her big money. You know what I'm saying? To do what she do, which is toxic. And she, it's just following the narration. and I think she's doing whatever he's telling her to do. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's feeding her whatever in private and then dissing her in public. You know what I'm saying? But the reason why I wanted to cover this story is because this channel here is about queens that support queens. And even though she has been in social media, she's been behaving badly, she has been doing all this toxic stuff, I'm still calling her a queen and she can be helped. She can be helped. And you have to step back and just watch what's really going on. If you watch the last couple of years, these reality shows have been focused on women fighting each other,
Oh, yes.
each
Absolutely.
other down for our entertainment. And we go to work or we go to church or we go wherever we go. And we
Mm-hmm.
say, child, did you see what happened on Basketball Wives? Child, did you see what happened on Love and Hip Hop? Child, did you see what happened on Baddies? Child, did you see what happened on blah, blah, blah? Yeah, the debasement of women.
Mm-hmm.
Here we got this young girl that is blowing up on YouTube for having a toxic life, for being addicted to alcohol. Yes, we need to pray like never before, Mika B. You're absolutely right. It's something struck me with this girl because she fell in love with this man who obviously do not want her, but he see her as a cash cow. Because to be honest, he is an underrated rapper.
I ain't
His
never
career
heard of
kind of,
him.
I ain't never heard of him either. And he's marketing her to get a bag. Now she done signed over her stuff, her bag over to him. Where is her team? Where is her family? Now they tried to pull them apart, and it broke out to something valid. It broke out to Blueface defending himself, fighting the father, her father. You understand what I'm saying? Because they were trying to get her out of that situation.
Well, so the family is there.
Yeah, but she don't want them to be there. She just wants this one guy. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? She just want him.
So, if a family can't help, because normally you're gonna react to your mom and your dad. Uh,
No.
but this
Mm-mm.
spirit has just taken over her.
It's
Uh,
a spirit, and I just want to focus on the mental health of these young women that are
mhm.
on these shows.
um,
There was a scene.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead, Sheila. I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Um, from Jocelyn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God. Um, just all of that. I had to stop watching that stuff. Um, they um, they want to be uh recognized. They want to be a Beyonce. They want to be celebrity. They want money. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't care how they do it.
They don't care how they get it, and the people around them don't care how they get it.
Mm-hmm.
This, you cannot tell me now. He sits there. He made the statement of alcoholism, and her mentality is what's causing her to act erratic. But you know what? You know that she loves you. She claimed to be pregnant by you. You have an influence on her to the fact that she's sending her money over to you. You know there's some type of slowness there. Why won't you influence her to do the right thing and go back to her family? You
Because
know
he
why
don't
you won't
care.
do that? Because you're getting a check off of her.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
why. I watched this girl walk into a room of a group of women, and it's supposed to be, Zeus. Zeus need to be that network need to be burnt up and thrown away because Zeus has single handedly debased our culture to a bunch of strippers fighting each other. You
Yep.
understand what I'm saying? Them shows is in the toilet. They need their crap, but it's something about that that's addictive. That got our people watching that, laughing and pointing their finger. It's like entertainment for us.
Mm-hmm.
This didn't entertain me. It broke my heart to see this girl. You know what I'm saying? Because she's obviously being taken advantage of. She walked into a room of a group of girls. She was introducing herself to this group of girls that call themselves baddies or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody got a problem. Everybody just like to fight. That's why they on this show. She walked in a group, and all the women was just standing there. All the little girls were standing there. The security guards looked like they were teenager boys.
What?
You understand? They just had security on walking around. She walked in there, and the girls off rip did not like her. And she was just walking around, passing the girls, just walking around, walking around. You could feel the intensity just picking up. And all of a sudden, somebody swung. And then here you go, you got this big old brawl, and everybody fighting each other. For what?
Somebody
And then I
need.
looked at the comments, and people were saying she held her own. At least she held her own. She did this, she did that. What? It's ridiculous.
Well,
It's
when
ridiculous.
somebody wound up getting killed,
Yeah.
it's a shame that it's going to have to come to that. Something is going to happen, and we won't hear from Zeus anymore. It's
It's a
not just
debasement of
Zeus,
our culture that is sickening.
and
Nobody is
putting
using
that
their
real
imagination.
the housewives, that whole thing, all of that
That's
is
just a
terrible.
scale up. You know
It's
what I'm
it's
saying? And Shawnee,
well,
what did you say,
she still
Demeasure?
got it.
I don't know if she still got basketball wise. The question: do you think that this relationship would be the same if they wasn't quote unquote famous? Oh, he wouldn't even be fooling with her.
No, he wouldn't fool with her.
If she couldn't pull the audience, he wouldn't even be fooling with her
Hmm.
because he looks at her in disgust. He done talked about her, done
Hmm.
talked about her hygiene, called her an alcoholic, tried to get her put out the house, done denied the baby. He done did everything. But when he saw that people was flocking to her and that they had an audience and they probably either got monetized on the social media channels that they were on, when he saw they were pulled out, then he started catering to her in that attack because he was trying to get her kicked out the house and she wouldn't leave. They had to call the police.
Mm-mm-mm. Yeah.
Yeah, he wouldn't be bothered with her.
The I've talked to a lot of young women lately, and I feel so sorry for this generation of young women.
Absolutely.
The men, the guy. Ugh, my heart truly goes out to them because I have two
Mm-hmm.
girls, and the difference is, not these girls. They can you tell us? Can you tell us what do you tell your daughters? This, that, and the other. And I said, thank God my daughters got somebody that's gonna talk to them, that's gonna still teach them to be,
Well, okay,
huh?
I'm listening. Go ahead, Sheila.
Oh, uh, and teach them, you know. Uh, my very first thing I taught them was stand on your own 2 feet. Don't get
Mm-hmm.
nowhere where you got to get in the position where a man gonna take care of you. I said, no. And
Mm-hmm.
I told don't go to signing no names and living together and all that stuff. I said because neither one of you owe anybody in either one of you anything. There's no
Mm-hmm. I
commitment
learned the
there,
hard way.
you know.
Yeah.
And so, and then I said, and another thing is they got a praying mama because my prayer is, God, move anybody that don't
And
mean
I think
them
she's in a
any.
situation where she got to take care of a lot of people because she had a big family. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then the parenting, if I'm not mistaken, the parenting wasn't all that. You know what I'm saying? Mika B said Blueface has a video on Zeus, I believe, or YouTube that he's faithful, but he still cheats to her face. This was 2 hours ago. Wow, he blatantly disrespects her on social media all of the time. Of course, somebody is calling me. I don't know who this is. Oh, hold on. Let me mute. Go ahead, Queen Sheila.
um the parenting, uh, let's just go here. It's too late to parent now. It's too late. Now It's a what is it when they go and when they're looking for somebody and like they drowned or whatever. It's a it
Mm-hmm.
turns into a what is it? A rest
A
what is it?
rescue mission.
Yeah, something like
A
that.
rescue
Yeah.
mission. Uh huh.
Yeah. Um so I don't know how or what or who. I don't even know where you would go with this. How? Because
Mika, I think you tried to call me, honey. It said you called me. Yeah.
she's in charge of
And
her
so
own
anybody that
stuff.
show you any attention, she anybody that shows you an attention, these young women who have come from broken homes and come from homes that they were, the parents were dismissive, or they didn't have a family oriented lifestyle, um or they just grew up in a toxic home. Anybody that comes out and show them any type of affection and love, they gravitate to them and they attach
Mhm.
themselves to them. You know what I'm saying? And in some cases, it is very much toxic.
I gotta say
When that
this.
relationship, yeah.
I can't think of the songwriter name, but there's a song. Is it's called hold on, wait a minute. I got to pull it up. Because this is all a part of this
Okay.
culture. Go ahead, keep talking.
Oh my God, these young ladies today, I just don't know. They hard. They addicted to. They drink heavy. You know what I'm saying? Um, they all about a dude trying to get in a dude's face. Not all women. I'm just saying it's a sect of this young generation of Z or X or whoever it is. You know what I'm saying? It's all about
Yeah.
trying to be pretty and trying to be up in this dude's face. And it's all about trying to impress each other and being catty, and but they hard though.
Mm-hmm.
They hard. They'll cuss you out in a minute. You know what I'm saying?
She's
It's
all
like,
like,
girl, soften up. You say what?
the name of the song is She's All I Got. Okay. He talks
Okay.
about the
Mm-hmm.
whole toxic relationship from her
Mm-hmm.
squaring up on him, uh,
Wow.
uh, uh, just violent, just violent. It's a lot of
And,
violence in the
and that's
song.
what they do.
He says she
This
crazy,
is what they do. Mm-hmm.
and but she's all he's got, and he want to have babies with her. This is the music. This is the music that's
That
out.
we are, yeah. And what did somebody say? What did somebody say? I want to say a prophet was talking to us. Oh God, I can't remember who it was. They were talking about how there's a sect in hell. Somebody went to hell. It was a video I was watching, and they say
Mm-hmm.
it's a section in hell that focus just on the music, and you got demons that are playing this demonic music in our ministry to these writers, this demonic music to keep them in a certain lifestyle that is against God, that
Mm-hmm.
produces sin, and that invokes you to sin and invokes you to lust, invokes
Mm-hmm.
you and people think, oh, it's just music. No, music will change your thinking, your
Absolutely.
atmosphere. Music will change your thinking. The Lord even ministers to me about certain music. He's like, when you listen to that music, you ready to do this, and this. It's the music for me. You understand? So I have to be very careful in what I listen to. Now, this ain't everybody's testimony. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But for me,
Right.
it is. You understand? So I cannot listen
Right.
to certain music, or I'm gonna be in enmity with God. And the music is becoming more violent, and it's becoming more aggressive against women, and
Mm-hmm.
it's becoming more aggressive against the culture. You know what I'm saying? And it's causing individuals to separate and be competitive against each other. And people don't believe that. Oh, it's just a song. No, it ain't. Because when you
Yeah.
singing a song, you begin to say, "Oh, I gotta live my life like that. I gotta go secure me a bag. I gotta
Mm-hmm.
be a bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I gotta do this. I gotta be like this."
Mm-hmm.
And then your whole attitude changes. You got people of God that are walking around with this attitude because of the music that they're listening to.
Yeah.
And they justify it and say, "Oh, it ain't got no cuss words in it. Oh, this and that. Oh, it's just neo soul music." Neo soul like Jill Scott, and I have listened to Jill Scott, and from time to time I listen to certain things that she has. Yes, I do, but I am not an idiot. Neo soul music drives you to worship the black man
Mm-hmm.
in some cases. Do you understand that's a trick of the enemy?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with supporting our black men. But when you go from supporting to worship, worship only belongs to God. So you got to be careful to what you. Oh, it's just okay. It's just the music back in the 70s. Oh, it's just the music back in the 80s. It's just fun, happy feel music. That's what the enemy wants you to think.
So let me give
But
you
it
some.
puts you in a mind state that it ain't. One of the lines in my play say it ain't good.
Let me give you some of the words in the song. It says, it starts out, I want to tell y'all about my old lady. Sometimes I think she's really crazy. They keep rolling up. She blacks out at the drop of a dime, but she's still my
Wow.
baby. She likes to get into confrontations with me, testing my patience to see how far she can go before I lose my head. Sometimes, this is the hook. Sometimes I love her, sometimes I love her not, but I ain't letting her go because she's all I got. Although she nags
Now,
me and complains a lot, I ain't letting her go. And then he gonna talk about having babies with.
now, is that a relationship that God would want you to have?
No.
Is that a relationship that the enemy would want you to have?
Yes,
Yes. So he
absolutely.
continued to have that play over into on the radios and in the culture to drive our young men and our women to
Mm-hmm.
think that that is normal.
Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
ain't normal. You got a lot of people say that she crazy and I'm crazy. Okay, that ain't normal, baby.
Right.
You want somebody that's gonna love you and gonna push you, and that's gonna love God. But see, the enemy, I'm telling y'all something, and I don't know why God got me harping on this. This music, it's like water. It goes through anything. It seeps through anything. It's
Mm-hmm.
seeping through the cracks of our culture. It is seeping through the cracks of our ministries in
Mm-hmm.
our churches. And I know I'm telling the truth. And we as saints to say, "Oh, ain't nothing wrong with that, girl. Go ahead and go ahead and twerk. Go ahead and get jiggy with it. Go ahead. Ain't nothing wrong with socialing and all that stuff. It ain't nothing wrong. And you know what? Listen, too much of anything ain't good. Because while you're feeding that dog that's in you, you ain't feeding the Holy Ghost. One
Mm-hmm.
thing I learned is that the thing that you feed the most, that's what's going to be the strongest in you. And it's time to feed the Holy Ghost to become more spiritual minded. It says that the righteous is going to barely make it in. I don't even know why I have switched to this, but I'm switching. The righteous is going to barely make it in. All of this haphazard party, let's just have a party, this old fun feel. Yeah, it's okay to have a good time, but you better understand what you're consuming and take the time to listen to them lyrics that you're consuming and
Mm-hmm.
see if it's against God, against the teaching of the word of God. Is it that serious? It absolutely is. Because when you stand before God, you ain't gonna have no excuse. And not only that, you got I was at a function and the pastor made a request for the DJ. Can you play so and so? I said, you a whole pastor, and you
Mm-hmm.
making that type of request. You exposing your people to God. You making it like it's okay for your people to listen to that. It is not okay. Any message, and I know I'm saying I hate you one. I said nothing but love your way, because you a queen, baby. Listen, any message. I don't care if it's in a song, a poem. I don't care if it's on a piece of paper. I don't care if it's in a book. Any type of message that drives you away from God, it ain't good. And that is what's happening to our young girls. That is what's happening to our young girls in society. It works in collaboration. The music, the videos, the magazines, the image, all works together
So let me say this.
to allow me
Let me say this because
to
my
be
husband
carried
is a
away.
DJ. My husband is a
Yeah.
DJ.
Mm-hmm.
And he edits the music.
Yes.
He's all clean.
He's a clean DJ.
He edits out and he remixes it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So A lot of people don't care for that. They want the raw song.
Uh-huh.
And so
Because
there
that
is a difference.
craving is there.
Exactly. There is a difference. A
Yeah.
lot of times we're getting the beat, the whatever. But he'll edit it. He's all
Hmm.
clean music. He's all clean
And
music.
I'm gonna tell you what was an eye opener for me, and this happened years ago. I think I want to say I was young years ago. I did there was a story that came out about D'Angelo and his song. When he was singing that song, he was half naked. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Do you understand that he went and got that song blessed by witch doctors
Mm.
so that it can track young virgins?
Oh, wow.
Yes, a fact. And it was played. He was popular. He was hitting the chart. That was one of his most popular records ever being sold.
No wonder
You
me and
understand what
you
I'm
get
saying?
it on like
And
that.
my thing is, it's time for us to wake up, not even as a church, but as women, and be an advocate and be a platform for our young girls. And we're gonna wrap it. I'm gonna go to break and we're gonna wrap this up. I feel sorry for this young lady
Yeah.
because whatever because the atmosphere that's around
How
her
does it feel?
just wants her to be crazy. They don't want her to be well. They don't want her to get the help that she needs. They don't want her to actually be successful. They don't want that. This woman had went and got her teeth fixed. She felt like the dude liked her better with the teeth out and pulled her teeth out on TV, on social media. She had got the teeth fixed and then she went and pulled it out. Just erratic behavior.
Yeah.
You did. So we
Yeah.
praying for her
Yeah.
that somebody that's strong that can throw a lifeline to her and bring her back to the
Absolutely.
beautiful lady that I know she can be. You know what I'm saying? This what she's doing now is not good. It's not it's not good for her. And this ain't the way she should go.
And how old is she?
She's in her 20s.
Young 20s.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of times, they really get buck wild.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna take what's her name, Jocelyn, for instance.
Oh yeah.
Man, she was like that. Fight, 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 fight. And what's his name was using her, Stevie J.
He was until she got smart.
Yes, there comes a point at some time because
Mm-hmm.
she was out there. She had her baby.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and then she met her. I don't know if they're married now or not, but all of that changed her and changed her focus. Now she was still
Mm-hmm.
doing that stripper thing.
And now she's
But,
out pimping young girls. You know what I'm saying? On
oh, okay,
Zeus.
yeah. And so
She doing a show.
yeah, it's sometimes it takes something. Either it's gonna be tragic or it'll be a child
Yeah.
uh, that will be able to bring them back to their right mind. Maybe. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
all we can do is pray. All we can do.
All we
It's
can
not
do is
in
pray.
this generation. They don't care about nothing. They don't
They
care
don't
about
care about
falsely.
nothing. And
Mm-mm.
they willing to fight over words. They willing to take you out
Mm-hmm.
over whatever what they perceive is right. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was like kind of nervous even by covering this story, but I just had to be out there to say that we love you, Christiana, and that you are so beautiful, and that you don't need a man to justify you. And I will take this opportunity. You see, people are attached to you. See that you can bring a crowd. I will take this opportunity to get your own bag. You know what I'm saying, on your own. And if somebody telling you blatantly they don't want you indirectly or directly, honey, it's time to bounce. You
Yep.
understand what I'm saying? I don't care what he telling you when y'all roll it in the sheets. But for him to come publicly and call you names and talk about your body and he sit there and look and discuss at you on national TV, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, she like
What
women
you say?
too?
Really?
Wow.
Well, that's new. I'm telling you, it's a lifestyle. It's a whole lot of that out there. They
Yep.
feel like they gotta be that. I like girls too. That's the thing. I like girls too. Not over
Yep.
here, baby. You understand what I'm saying? Not over here.
Mm, mm, mm.
It's so sad. All right, guys, we're gonna pause for the calls, and then after that, we're gonna have some final words, and we're gonna shut this thing down, baby. Okay. All right, check it out. Check it out. Amazon author Claudia Woods has created the most savory visual sensory book for the soul. Cornbread for the soul. Check it out.
Meet Alexis Duncan, creator of Lexi Lou, a line of handbags that services the needs of plus-size individuals across the country. She has styles and patterns and fits to quench your handbag thirst. Check it out.
Yes, that is Lexi Lou. And of course, you can find all my literary work on Amazon. Just Google my name. If you like that book, I have tons of books that service your needs, your positive affirmation needs, young lady and young queens. If you need a prayer manual to take you through 30 days to get a word from the Lord, I got that on Amazon too. All right. Denetra said that she was talking about Jocelyn. Yeah, Jocelyn
Yeah.
like women too. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. But I just need our women. If you're gonna get on these reality shows, be a trailblazer. You know, that's why I'm doing this platform. You know what I'm saying? Be a trailblazer. Be a something that a woman can look up and say, I can be that. It's not okay to have your breasts out. This is my final word. It's not okay to have your breasts out scattered across the internet. You know, you dress half naked in events. You cussing every 5 minutes. You getting drunk and stumbling all over the place. You fighting your dude's friends. You fighting everybody. That's not what a queen looks like.
Mm-hmm.
That is not success. And anybody that markets that, shame on you. Anybody that profits off of that, shame on you. That's my
Absolutely.
final word. Queen, you got a final word?
Yeah.
Hey,
Um,
Stacy, I said nothing but love to you, babe.
um, Young women, if you were,
I'm
even if you were
sorry.
never taught about morals and standards, develop some yourself. Get like the affirmations and start to build your moral compass. If it's, I am beautiful, I am strong, I am this, I am that. Start building your moral compass. And then why don't you make a list? Like I tell my girls, make a list. Make a list of what you want in a man and what you don't want. And as soon as he hits that don't waste no more of your time. Don't waste no more of your
Mhm.
time. Don't compromise your morals, your standards that you have built to stand on.
Yes.
Don't compromise it because you got to love you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't count on a man to fulfill you. Get out here, get it yourself. Build those morals while you are getting it yourself. Build those morals and those standards. And I promise you, you're going to attract the right person. Stand on a sure foundation. Get into a Bible believing church.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, I'm laughing, but it's true. Get in the Bible believing church. And hey, my parents, they were not saved, but I went and got into a church, Greater Mitchell Church of God in Christ. And
Mm-hmm.
Bishop John Henry Sheard and Mother Sheard taught us young women
That's right.
we are somebody. We were not allowed to walk with our head on. We wasn't allowed that. Hold your head up, and oh my God, they taught us so much, especially about the morals and the standards. So, man, I'm done.
Wonderful. Stacy Hampton said, "Do you have a book to find a man?" No, but just because you said that, I'll probably write one. Okay. You know I don't have a man right now. You know I don't have a man right now. Don't
That's
mean
my
I can't
buddy,
get
you
him.
know. That's my girl right there.
I don't have a problem getting the men. It's what it's saying. So I
Right.
still write a book on how to get them.
Hey,
I'll
she
do it
say,
for you.
Clayleen said they fall out trees on her.
They fall out trees and manholes on me. I just need them to go ahead and stay. You understand what I'm saying? Danette just said, "I'll take 2 of those, please." I don't know what you take 2 of. I hope it ain't a man. No, I'm just playing with you. I think you're talking about the books. You can type my name in Amazon and it'll come up. Clayleen Woods. Okay.
Hey, we ought to do a show about that.
What?
Developing morals and standards.
Yeah. We
to
can.
draw.
Oh, draw men?
Yeah.
I gotta show Stacy why say men don't look. You can check that out. And then just go back and watch my old lives and find a topic that applies. I'll cover this topic indirectly, you know, but we'll hit it dead on if you want to. We can hit this dead on if you want to. Okay. All right, guys, listen. Y'all like, share, and subscribe. If you have not subscribed, it's free. All you gotta do is hit subscribe and hit that little bell, and then notify you when we on. We cover some juicy topics this year. This year we coming hard, we coming big. You understand what I'm saying? Support. Tell a friend, tell a neighbor, and go. When you at work, say, "Hey, you heard about Queen and Queen?" Make them subscribe. We trying to get monetized, people. You understand?
Yes.
Support.
Yes.
Another thing I want to remind y'all of: it's my birthday month. Okay, y'all see that happy birthday queen on there. Make sure y'all do the cash app, $sign Clayleen.
All month, y'all. She do it. She does it all month.
You know I know what's up.
All month.
It's my birthday all month. Ain't nobody playing no games.
You gotta love yourself.
Show some love. No. All right, guys. Listen. We gotta go because I think this is the longest show we ever had. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's the longest. We gotta go. Oh, thank you for that happy birthday. Thank you, sweetie pie. I love you. Y'all pray for my eyes that the puffiness will go down on my eyes. Okay.
You like a brown puppy.
Girl, my eyes, y'all. I want to pull my bangs back so y'all can see them, but I ain't gonna do it. Okay.
You look like a pound puppy.
Oh my God, Sheila, my eyes. I'm like, y'all. I told that man. I told the doctor, y'all. You know, I said I showed him a before and after picture. I'm like, you can't see these is messed up. I need an X-ray or something. He just giving me Claritin and stuff. No, this been the 4th week. Like, y'all better come on.
I feel like I need to donate. You know how them puppies.
I don't care what you say. I feel like a pound puppy. Sure. I don't know what's going on with me. Y'all pray for me, for real. I'm sorry. And then I feel like one eye is bucking out a little bit. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, this gonna be all right. Take those steroids. You being hard-head. Take the steroids.
Okay, I'm gonna take the steroids, but if something grow out of my nose, I know something. I'm gonna be mad at you. Okay, I ain't playing with you.
I cannot.
Okay. Y'all know how I'm about taking medicine. Okay. All right, I love you guys. This is your queen.
Love y'all too.
Clayleen saying, "Be great." Bye bye.